next set or family we're going to look at are the 5, 7s and 9s, okay? This family, again, it's a 5/8, 7/8 and 9/8, okay? And again, they generally don't have a name associated with it, but they tend to have a dance associated with it, okay? For example, there's a 9/8 rhythm, which some people term to be the kashlama, but it's actually not, the rhythm's not called the kashlama, it's the dance associated with that rhythm or that variation of rhythm is called the kashlama, okay? So how do we play these 5s, 7s and 9s? So it's generally built up of patterns of 2s and 3s, okay? So in the case of a 5, we're going to be playing this 5 as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, da, 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 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah? So again, we can use very similar to what we played as a 6, but there's no, in the Moroccan 6s, but there's no gap. So you come straight back on. Doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, as opposed to doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek. Okay, so that gap isn't there anymore now on this 5. Okay, so it's basically a 3 and a 2. Yeah, so doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek. Okay? So that's how we can build the rhythm up. You can play it the other way around if you want to. You can play it as a 2 and a 3. So doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, tek. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Doom, tek, doom, tek, tek, doom, tek, doom, tek, 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 doom, tek, tek, doom, tek. Last one. Okay? So you can play it either way. Today I'm going to be playing it as a 3 and a 2, okay? Seeing as we've just gone over the 6 in the Moroccans, which is very, very similar, so it should be in your muscle memory. The only thing for you to do is to miss out the gap, which is very, very hard, yeah? So don't be hard on yourself if you can't do it straight away, okay? So, again, the fill that we're going to be using is very, very similar to what we used before. It goes doom ta ta ka ta ka doom tek, doom ta ta ka ta ka doom tek. Okay? So again, playing very slowly. After 4 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. Doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. You can play it hand over hand if you want to. Ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom ka tek tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. This is hand over hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, tek tek doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. Doom ka tek ka tek ka. Going back to the original variation. Doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek, doom ka tek ka tek ka doom tek. 1, 2, 3, bigger accent. So you heard me then, I was putting a bigger accent on the 5. That helped me to know that that was the end, and I had to play the doom straight after that again. So we know that that's the repeating pattern. Although I was accenting the 1, 2, 3 as well, the 5 I was accenting a little bit more. So it gives me that sense to know that we're finishing, okay? So that was our 5, and that's basically the variations that we need to know at this moment in time. There's many more different variations. So now let's just look at a 7. Now a 7 rhythm is built up of many different ways. So it can be a 3-3-1, it can be 2-2-3, or it can be 3-2-2. If we reverse the 5 and how we played it, we're going to be playing it as a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, dum da, dum da, dum da, da. Okay, this time we're going to be playing the 1s as our dominant. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So if we were playing a completely empty one without doing anything else, that's how we could play it. We could alternate between the dooms and texts. We could go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? This is the way we're going to be playing it, alternating between the dooms and texts, okay? So we're going to be starting, the 2s now are played with our car hand, and then the 2 and 3 at the end, we're going to keep as an accent with our dominant hand, okay? So it'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, dum, da, da, dum, ka, dum, te, te, dum, ka, dum, te, te, dum, ka, dum, te, te, dum, ka, dum, te, te. And that's how we build up our 7, okay? So our basic variation on this 7 after 4 will be, we'll go start with an empty one, alternating with the dooms and texts, okay? And then we'll add in our car and the 2 texts at the end, okay? I know this is starting to get a little bit complicated with how it works because we all like to be in even counts, yeah? But odd rhythms are so beautiful and they have a real nice lilt to them, okay? Have a really nice feeling to them. So after 4, we'll go with an empty, alternating between dooms and texts, and then we'll start to add the fills in there, okay? So we'll go very, very slowly. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Add the car 2, 3. Doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te doom ka te ka doom te te. Last one. Okay, so that's our basic 7. We can start to add a little bit more flavour to it if you want to, but let's just try and work up on speed first, okay? Because again, these ones are played really, really fast, okay? So work on your speed and get this speed up. Dun da dun da da dun da dun ta ta dun ta dun ta ta dun ta dun ta ta 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. So now we're going to try very slowly to build up on the speed, okay? And then we'll add some variations in there. So after 4, 1 2 3 4 goes 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 boom tack boom tack tack boom tack boom tack tack boom tack boom tack tack boom tack tack 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 boom. Okay, so that's the sort of pace that we want to be getting up to, probably even faster than that. We're not going to do that just yet. You build that pace up, okay? So now we're going to add in another film. So instead of a single car on 2, we're going to put tekka, doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, tek, tek. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 2 1 2 1 2 3 doom tekka tek tekka doom tek tek doom tekka tek tekka doom tek tek doom tekka tek tekka doom tek tek. Okay? Complicated, I know, but these more you need to work with your feeling. Get the mechanism of it first, get the sound of it first, and then go with the feeling. Yeah? You should have dum tat dum tat tat dum tat dum tat tat dum tat dum tat tat dum tat dum tat tat. Yeah? Dum tat tat dum tat tat 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Okay? Sorry, made a little bit of mistake there, but hey, you're probably used to me making those little mistakes now, huh? So, let's try with the tekka variation on there, okay? So it goes dum tekka tek, tekka dum tek tek, 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 dum tekka tek, tekka dum, dum tekka tek, dum tekka tek, tekka dum tek 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 tek, dum tekka tek, tekka dum tek, dum tekka tek, tekka dum tek, dum Okay, so I know we got a little bit fast towards the end, but you can start to get the feeling. Let your hands play. When you're drumming, your conscious needs to be sort of like here. Okay, as soon as you start to think about it, your hands will just go funny because your brain's engaging and your hands are going, I know what I'm doing. And your brain's going, no, but I'm trying to tell you. And your hands are going, no, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so you have to sometimes just rely on your muscle memory in your hands to go, okay, fine, I'm going to relax. Conscious is going to be here, okay? So, that was our 7, okay? So we've done like the 5 and the 7 in the family. Next, I'm going to show you a 9. You think, how do I play a 9? Well, if you think of it like 7, add 2, you get 9. So we're going to add another 1, 2 to our variation of the 9 that we played. And this variation is associated, this 9 variation is associated with the Kashlama dance. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So there's another 2, 1, 2, 3. Dun, ta, dun, ta, dun, ta, dun, dun, tat, tat, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dum, dum, ka, tek, ka, dum, ka, tek, tek, tek. Okay, and that's a basic filled variation. Okay, so let's again go from a basic. Then we will add a car in, and then we will add our tekka variation as we did in the 7. And like I've said in previous videos, if you learn the whole part of one rhythm, it's easy then to learn the next part. Okay, so it just makes things a lot more easier. Okay, so let's have a look at this 9 then. So after 4, we'll do an empty one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom, da, boom, da, 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 boom, da, boom, da, da, da. At the car on the next one. Boom, da, da, da. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom tek ka boom ka tek tek tek. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom ka tek ka boom ka tek boom ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom ka tek ka. Now finish with tekkas. Tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom tek tekka boom tek tek. I'm going to slow it down. Tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek. Boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. Boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. Tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. Tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek. Boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek tek. Go to the empty one after this one. Boom tek boom tek 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 boom tek boom tek 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 boom tek boom tek 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 boom tek boom tek. At the car. Boom ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom ka tek ka boom ka. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. Boom ka tek ka boom ka tek 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 boom ka tek ka boom ka tek boom ka tek ka boom ka tek boom ka. Now add the tekka fill. Tek 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 boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek 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 boom tekka tek 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 boom tekka tek tekka boom tekka tek tek. You can always hear the basic. Boom tek boom tek 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 boom tek boom tek. And speed it up. Tek tek boom tek teka. Okay? Yeah. You see how funky it starts to sound now? Yeah, when you hit, and I've said this before, when you hit a certain tempo, the rhythm really, really starts to sing out and really, really is juicy, as we can say, okay? Really starts to add some flavor to the rhythms. It goes dun, da, dun, da, 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 dun, da, dun, da, 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 dun, da, dun, da, da, da. Love it. I absolutely love these rhythms, okay? So those were our family of like 5, 7, 9s, okay? You can add more. You can go like 11, and obviously 13, and then 15s by using variations of 2s and 3s, okay? There are certain melodies that are related to these rhythms. Okay, so, you know, listen out for some of these melodies and just see. When you're listening to music, yeah, even with the 4/4s and 2/4s and 8/4s, listen out for the rhythms that you're learning through all of these videos, and you'll go, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. Okay? So listen out for these things, and you'll probably be able to hear it in there, especially the 3s and the 2s, you know what I mean? So, the next rhythm that I would like to show you and teach you is a 10-count rhythm. It's a 10/4. I would call it a 10/4 because there's a lot of space in between each of the counts of to 10. Some people call it a 10/8. But this rhythm does have a name, and it is from the Middle East. It's called Sumai Thakil. Okay, the Sumai Sumai Thakil is related to a melody and a song called Lama Bada Yatasana, okay? And the melody that goes with this song is just incredible, absolutely incredible. And the melody is one of the oldest melodies that they've found to exist, okay? So it goes back such a long time, okay? So how do we play this 10? Because we're used to playing everything's in sort of like 4s and 8s and stuff like that in even rhythms, okay? So the empty variation of the Sumai, or Sumai Thakil, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 9 and the 10 is silent at the end, which is like, why? Okay? So, dum, essi, essi, tek, essi, dum, dum, tek, essi, essi. If you followed my video when I was teaching you how to play the 8s, essi means we're using that, it means space, okay? So we're using that in the space to keep our timing, okay? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dum, essi, essi, tek, essi, dum, dum, tek, essi, essi. Okay? And it's like, okay, so you don't want to finish on a silent, but it finishes like with not a main hit at all. Okay? So it's a really, really unusual rhythm. So after 4, we'll play an empty variation of the Sumai Thakil. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 goes. Dum, essi, essi, tek, essi, dum, dum, tek, essi, essi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dum, tek, dum, dum, tek. Bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. Essi, essi, tek, essi, dum, dum, tek, essi, essi. So remember that 9 and 10 at the end is when we're going to be finishing, okay? So you have to remember when we're going to be finishing, okay? So after 4, so now we're going to add in, after 4, obviously, we're going to add in those S's, tekkas, okay? So verbalizing, it'll go dum, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, dum, dum, tek, tekka, tekka. So you know all the times where we've said SC or we've played nothing, we're going to add in a tekka. We'll take it really, really slowly, okay? So, after 4, we'll go empty for 2 or 4, yeah? And then we'll add in the tekkas. So you start to get a feeling of how this rhythm is played, okay? So, SC, 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 tack, SC, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Add the tekkas. Boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tek, tekka, tekka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tek, tekka, tekka, boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tek, tekka, tekka, boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tek, tekka, tekka, boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tek, tekka, tekka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom, boom, tekka, tekka, boom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, boom. Finish. Tek, tekka, tek. Okay, so that was our 10. It's played with a number of different variations, which hopefully, after you've seen the next sets of videos, you will be able to play this in a different way and with a different feeling, okay? I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed playing these unusual and odd-timed rhythms. Join me for the next sets of videos. We're going to start to go a little bit more advanced, start to look at different hits and different playability and how to, as we call, decorate our rhythms, okay? Thanks very much for joining me.